Okay, nothing's working so far.
Wow, today is not your day.
No, I know. All right, let's try it again. I don't know why I'm not hearing this now.
What was that?
I'm not hearing something, so.
Oh.
All right, well, folks, this was supposed to have a theme music right now, and but welcome to the second season of Cyclones FeverCast special edition fan show, and we're having some gremlins this evening, so please bear with us. But here we are back for season 2 of the Cyclones FeverCast, and I thought I would get some fans to come on and talk. Unfortunately, I had to cancel one date, and some other people had to cancel this evening. That's the way it goes. You know, life gets in the way of fun sometimes. But we're here. We're going to try to do it, and I've got a diehard on the line. His name is David Zubin, and David, welcome to the FeverCast.
Thank you very much, Gary.
And David, basically the extent of tonight's show, because we can't really talk about a team or anything. We don't know who's going to be playing yet for the Cyclones. They're still in extended spring training and should learn more, I guess, in about 2.5 weeks or so. But I thought I'd get a fan on and talk about some of the things that we can talk about. That's basically what are some of the promotions that have been announced now? The schedule is out. The Cyclones announced their promotional schedule. It's on their website. What are some of the things you're looking forward to?
I'm very happy with the 1990 Nickelodeon night. And that's one of the promotions I'm actually looking forward to. They're doing.
Anything else?
And the Seinfeld night.
Yeah, the Seinfeld night, that was a big hit last year, and then they're going for a second one this year, and they're going to have the Summer of George, they're going to call it, on July the 5th, I believe that is. Is that correct?
I believe so. I'm not really certain, but I think it is July the 5th.
And it says here that the Cyclones will be wearing breathtaking jerseys inspired by Kramer's Technicolor Dreamcoat, and they're going to raffle those off after the game, as they do in a lot of these special jerseys that they wear for these special events. So I assume that you went last year. Is that true to Seinfeld night?
I went, but I helped one of my friends out get the bobblehead that was giving out.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was.
Yes.
So I couldn't stay because I had work and stuff like that, but I was able to help him out to get him in, that he was able to get his bobblehead.
Now, how many games do you get to go to a year?
Last year, of all the years I've been going to Cyclones, I got to say, since I've seen a lot of people who's getting into the cheering I usually do during the crowds, I can't give a direct number, but I went to quite a few. I went to Cyclones Yankee Stadium for when the Cyclones were in town over there to root on our team. I went to, I could say, probably at least 20 games out of the whole 80.
Wow, that's quite a bit. I mean, it's not easy to get to that many games with work schedules and whatnot. And a young guy like yourself, I know you got a busy social life besides. So that's great that you can get to as many games as that. And so now you live in Brooklyn, and so what got you into the Cyclones?
I've been a Cyclone fan since the really early 2000s, but I didn't start the cheering, the screaming, going up and down, the fans screaming, "Yes, go Cyclones." So after 2009, actually, after the Hurricane Sandy, if I believe that was a hurricane.
I think that was 12.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
11. So, in 2011, I started it.
Well, and, go ahead.
Fans, the fans wasn't as the announcer started chanting, "Let's go Cyclones." He wasn't getting into it, so I'm like, we'll try to see maybe there'll be a way and stuff like that, try to get back him into it. So I started doing it, and I feel like for the past couple of years that really helped the Cyclones fan base getting really interactive. Instead of the beach bums turning into dancers and stuff like that.
And David, for those that don't know, you were doing the same thing at Citi Field a couple of weeks ago when we all met for a ball game. David was running around, but he was yelling, "Let's go Mets!"
Yeah, but unfortunately, no one joined me. But and one of my other colleagues, Daniel, started screaming, "Let's go Mets! Let's go Mets!" Everybody started cheering with him. So I was like, okay. So I actually went back to another Cyclones game with him, but this time I actually did it. I actually had people cheering with me, "Let's go Mets" and stuff like that.
Yeah. And of course, you're talking about Daniel Weiss, who's I guess is semi-regular on this show now. The Brooklyn Baseball banter editor-in-chief and the Brooklyn Cowbell guy, and everybody knows Daniel. So, Dan, you always sit in his area or near him, or?
I gotta be honest with you. I always buy a ticket and stuff like that because I have to. But everybody knows me. If you know me really well, I do not sit at these games.
Okay. So you're got to keep going.
I keep going. I'm on the move kind of guy. Though I'll probably sit for like one inning, but it all depends who starts scoring. If our baby boy team, the Cyclones, start scoring, I will not start cheering. So the fourth inning, but if the team starts cheering, scoring and stuff like that in the first inning, then automatically I'll start trying to get the Cyclone fans interacting and stuff like that.
And that's great because we need that kind of spirit, and all of these teams need that kind of spirit. So you do spend some time at the ballpark, and is there anything you'd like to see the Cyclones do differently? Anything you'd like to see them add to the park?
I would. There's stuff I've been wondering and stuff like that. Like, I would say stop the dancers. Like, we do not need to need dancers at the ballpark. Like 2008, 2001, stuff like that. Through that era, we had the beach bums, whether it was interacting with the fans, eventually sitting in the crowd before, like we used to do and stuff like that. Like, now they're trying to do the dance gimmick, and I think that's pretty much what brings them downhill and stuff like that. But I love the Cyclones. I gave it a try for the past 2 seasons. I don't think it's working. Like, it's not like how it used to be. I know change is good for Cyclones, but I don't think the Cyclones with the beach doing the Sandy's, I think it's called Sandy's dancing, if I remember correctly.
Uh-huh.
I don't think they should be dancing. Like, it's supposed to be cheering. Like, you don't have. I go to a baseball game. I'm saying you don't have the dance squad. You have the cheerleaders and stuff like that.
Right.
I don't think they should be dancing. Like, they should be trying to get the team going. Like, if they're not dancing, they're just sitting on the patio, not doing nothing.
Yeah, I got you. And anything else you'd like to see them add at MCU Park, or any food items or any fan items?
I went to Staten Island Yankees game. What they did was pretty nice. You buy a $20 ticket, you get an all-you-can-eat out of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Set up like an all-you-can-eat stand.
Right. I happened to go to one of those games myself.
I enjoyed it. Like, it's very nice. Showed like the carry. Spend $20, you get the all-you-can-eat and stuff like that. Soda, chips, hot dogs, hamburgers, and stuff like that.
Yeah, and what they don't tell you, well, they do tell you. I didn't read the fine print. It's until the 5th inning or something like that?
Sixth inning, 3rd inning for the soda.
Okay.
Third inning can switches over to Fallon after the third inning.
Yeah, but it is a pretty good deal, like you say, and for those that care, you actually some of it got a hat too as well, Staten Island Yankee hat. So
I didn't know about that one. I just know about the all you can eat.
Yeah. Well, the one that I happened to go to had it because we went to the wife and I went to Staten Island and the Cyclones, and the Cyclones actually lost that game. It was on a Saturday night, I believe, and they had a great fireworks show afterwards. So we happened to be at that game, and that was really through her college that they had a special college night there. That's why we went, but that is something that maybe the Cyclones should try as well. Have you tried the Cyclones buffet at all?
Cyclones buffet?
Yeah, they had a buffet last year, and I tried that, and I have to say, honestly, I couldn't recommend it to anybody. It was not the best.
I never knew that they had a buffet.
Yeah, they had it in the bar section there.
Oh, you're talking about when they had like the whole bunch of when they opened the bar and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then they have a food thing. It was, I think, Wednesday
I don't
nights
remember
or something.
The food, but I remember the bar. I'm actually not that fond of part about them opening that bar downstairs and stuff like that. Like, that used to be the history, showing all the history of the greatest players and stuff like that. Now they just making it into just a drink. If you want to drink, that's where the concession stands up for. Yeah,
and it really is not a bar per se. You know, it's like they wheeled out a few things and they calling it a bar, and it's kind of a shame because if they had done it right, it probably could be something worthwhile. But
definitely,
it looks like they kind of. It appeared to me like it was a last minute decision, and you know. What are you going to do? They tried it, and I think they're going to try it again, but we'll have to see.
We have to see.
All right, and we've got the coaching staff coming back, of course, is Tom Gamboa.
I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy that Tom Gamboa is back, all the coaches back from last year. So that means if they had the good team with it, as they had last year, I know they're recruiting new people and stuff like that. I think we have another playoff run. But I think we only missed one season in the playoffs and stuff like that. Remember, if I'm correctly?
Yeah, I believe so.
I remember once I went to a championship game and stuff like that, and that was really great. Like,
well, they got a good manager, so perhaps Tom can he gets the right talent. I mean, they had a very good team last year, and they just fell a game short. But let's hope that this year they can perform better. And he's a very good coach and a very good manager and a very nice guy.
I'm not trying to disagree with what you're saying. I understand that, but the thing is, we did our part and stuff like that. What really killed us was the 8-game losing streak and stuff like that. But we had a chance for the playoffs. We beat the Staten Island Yankees last year.
Right.
So, but unfortunately, the Low Spinners was able to do their part to help us out.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the reason why.
And I think
I was outside, and when the game ended, right, we was happy, and we were sitting right next to the buses all for the players come out to say congratulations and stuff like that. Good job for the season. We were listening on the radio when they went up to 9-8 and stuff like that. Originally was 9-4 and stuff like that. We was like, yes, we still have hope.
Yeah.
And it's like what we did was after the game and stuff like that. When they came out, we said stuff like that. A few of us rode in the car and stuff like that going to the game in Staten Island. We went to actually back to MCU Stadium and say good job and stuff like that. And we actually was able to socialize with a lot of the players that was there.
Well, that's very nice, and I'm sure they appreciated that because, a lot of those guys are young kids, and it's their first or only second time away from home, and definitely the first time in a big city such as New York. And I'm sure that they really appreciate what you guys did that night, and all what you do throughout the season.
Definitely. Like the Cyclones has made me like I feel like they're like my second family. I'm deeply sorry what I heard this past week by Daniel Weiss and Brooklyn Baseball Banter reporting that Kyle Peterson is no longer to be part of the Cyclones thing. I'm actually very deeply sorry about that because he's actually, I actually love what he does. He's just like, what I try to do is get the fans up and stuff like that. He started as a peanut vendor and stuff like that. He did a great job. He made it all the way up to like inside MCU Park, not as a vendor anymore. And it's very deeply sorry that he's leaving the Cyclones industry.
Yeah, and for those that didn't hear the news, Kyle, of course, is the gentleman who rides the unicycle around and entertaining and juggles and does a lot. And he's a big fan favorite there. And it is sad to see him go. And he announced he wasn't coming back. He retired. So we wish him good luck in what he decides to do. But the fans at the MCU Park are going to miss him. So
definitely.
All right, David. Well, thanks so much for coming on tonight. And
you're very welcome.
And I hope to see you soon. Maybe June 15th at Citi Field.
I'm going to try, but I'm not sure if I can get off work, but I'm going to try my deeply best.
All right.
I'm not trying to take any more days off because I'm actually a big basketball fan too.
Uh-huh.
And they're actually, I'm trying to take off a week in August for SummerSlam week.
Ah, okay. Well, then maybe I'll catch you at MCU Park during the year.
Definitely.
All right. Thanks, David, and have a great evening.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
David Zubin, ladies and gentlemen, joining us tonight on the FeverCast. A fan, and he's got some opinions on things, and it should be an interesting season, and we'll see where it takes us. As we touched on, the coaching staff, Tom Gamboa comes back as manager of the Brooklyn Cyclones for his second season. We've got a new hitting coach, Yunier Garcia, and I don't know if I pronounced his first name correctly, but I'm sure Daniel Weiss will let me know if I did it or not. And Tom Signor is back as the pitching coach, but that is somewhat up in the air because of Tom is still experiencing some concussion symptoms. He got hit in the head with a baseball last year when he was with the Las Vegas 51s. If you remember, he took over for Frank Viola at a spring training in the early part of the season, and he got hit in the head, was suffering some concussion symptoms, came to the Cyclones, worked with them a couple of months, and then had recurring symptoms. So had to sit out the last part of the season, and Dave LaRoche stepped in. He was the Mets minor league coordinator, and he came in and did a nice job with the pitchers in Brooklyn. And there is a chance that perhaps he could come back if Tom can't go this year. And it's still a little bit up in the air. We're not sure what's going to happen yet. And as I said, the boys are down in St. Lucie in extended spring training. That's what they call it. And as Tom Gamboa explained in our interview in episode 15 about what goes on and how they go through the team and guys get selected. Look, they have to have an idea of who they're going to promote to Brooklyn already, but they have to go and win the job in camp, and there might be some surprises. Guys that they had ticketed for Kingsport may end up in Brooklyn, or maybe even some guys they ticketed for Savannah may end up in Brooklyn. We'll have to wait and see. The MLB draft is June 8th. The Mets do not have a first-round draft pick, so no first-round pick at the Cyclones this year, but we'll see where those guys go, and then you kind of get more of a feel to who's going where after that time. And they've got to pick because June 19th, it all starts for real as the Cyclones kick it off with the Staten Island Yankees in Staten Island on June 19th. So let's hope that we have another good year here in Brooklyn and, of course, on the FeverCast. So until the next time, don't forget to check out the Brooklyn Baseball Banter for everything you need to know about the Cyclones. And remember, the show can be found on Stitcher, Smart Radio, iTunes, and on baseballtalkradio.com, the home of great baseball talk shows. And as I said, please check out Brooklyn Baseball Banter at www.brooklynbaseballbanter.com. And on Facebook, look for diehard Brooklyn Cyclones fans and real Brooklyn Cyclones fans and Brooklyn Cyclones news and memes, and, of course, the regular Brooklyn Cyclones site. And remember, I'll be back in a couple of weeks when the season kicks into gear with another edition of the FeverCast. Until then, catch the fever, Cyclones Fever.